What is going on, everybody? It is Bro Daddy here on a Saturday night. Beautiful 70-degree day. It's supposed to be snowing tomorrow, so whatever's going on in the world right now is crazy, just like this fight. Tonight's request come from Liam and or Cole, and we are going to be drawing that dude right there, Frieza from Dragonball-Z, and our last video, Goku, which is kind of his nemesis, sometimes his buddy, it's hard to tell with this series, was really popular, and we've had a lot of people draw all sorts of different variations on that and had a lot of fun with that video. So without further ado, we got a cool Frieza video coming up for you. So we are just going to step right into the creation station and check it out. All right, so here we are back in the creation station. We are going to be using these 4 different medium tonight. We have our Sharpie as always. We have a little violet pastel. We have some red marker, which we love, and that awesome charcoal. So we are just going to get right at it, and we're going to do a big face and then try to work our body into here for Frieza tonight. So we are going to start like kind of right down the middle, and we are going to do a nose, which is a little line down, and then it comes across, and we have like a nostril pointing down to the center of the nose, to a nostril going up, and the side of the nose. So weird little line like that. And this is where you can put your own special touch. Pretty basic nose, but it's really small. And then we're gonna go up to about where the edge of the nose would be up here. And we are gonna draw a villain eye coming up. Villains always have that kind of crazy eye. And so then we're gonna come across and up. All right, so it looks pretty evil, and a little half round coming in there. And the other eye is going to be kind of tilted in our perspective, so it's going to be very similar. So we're going to start kind of on the side of the nose here, and we're going to go up a lot with that one, but not as long. And then kind of inside the edge, we're going to come down and come across. Okay, and then we're gonna have that little round curve kind of coming in there, so you can show sort of the perspective of the face turn. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little feature right here next to the ear, and then that's gonna help us figure out where our ear is gonna go. So our ear is gonna be this shape. That's gonna kind of stick off. And then, so it's got like a spacesuit sort of look. All right, so that's gonna come up around there. Now, for our head coming around, we're gonna come all the way around the face like this. So before we get there, just wanna kind of imagine the space. We're gonna do the mouth down below. So it's a small mouth, and he has kind of a smirk. So we're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna start the opening right like that. So you have kind of like a little bit sticking up. You have this colored in section and a little bit sticking out. And that's where we're gonna build our chin. But first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our eye down into our chin section, which is going to kind of tilt up towards this one. All right, and then we're going to build the rest of the face coming off of that. So working our way up here is that side of the face, and then working at an angle, this is where we're really going to come across, and we're going to get this big Frieza head, which hopefully should come back around like that. All right, so that was a good way to get our sense of movement. Now, up here, it kind of just looks like an alien space mohawk sort of thing coming around like that. All right, so that can be a lot of fun for y'all. All right, so then we're gonna take this cheek and we're gonna draw a little line down for the neck and a little muscle coming off, kind of looks like a tree branch. And we're gonna make that matching image on the opposite side where the ear is. And then this little tree branch is gonna be a lot bigger curve. And we're gonna put a big shoulder muscle up above it, kind of coming off. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. And we're gonna kind of come down, hit a shoulder, and then we're gonna do an arm with a tricep and a bicep and into the elbow. Now, on that shoulder is like a purple pad. So when we get into our color, we're gonna put something right there. Over here, you're gonna see like the corner of it. So you could do that. All right, now, we're gonna do a throat. That kind of like line in your throat, sort of coming down on the neck, and one going up over here. All right, and then this is where we're gonna build up the chest. So we're gonna put like a little divot here, and that's gonna help us build our two sides. So up here, we're gonna just work our pectoral muscle until it comes in, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna work it until it comes in to that little divot that we created. And then we're gonna create a little squiggle for a little muscle down there. And then down, right across from this purple right here, we're gonna build that pectoral muscle that's sticking out, and we're gonna curve it up. And then we're gonna leave a little gap. This is the middle. We're gonna leave a little gap. And we're gonna come back up here. And then bring in our bicep, which matches up perfectly right here into the elbow. All right, and we're gonna bring the rib cage down. All right, and then we're gonna bring kind of the forearm out, and we're gonna draw a line up for our bicep and one coming across. So like basic anatomy, but a really nice controlled drawing, and like it has kind of a unique touch to it. And then there's this sort of purple shell in the middle. So we're gonna add that, and we're gonna make it slightly rounded. All right, just like so. So that's basically our outline for Frieza, but we're gonna add the name. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of tie that in right here. And of course, text is always easier for me upside down. F-R-I, the Frieza. Just like that. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go bold with it, just to give it like a little extra flair. All right, so we have kind of that villain intensity happening there. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about our coloring and shading. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So since we got the red out, we're just gonna go ahead and do that part. And that is gonna be our eyes right here. Get that nicely colored in red. So that's really gonna stand out right there. And then we're gonna work the purple in, and we're gonna do that at the top. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that lovely thing with pastel that we're always talking about. And that's just to sort of color lightly at first. And this really shows the versatility of the material. I'm gonna kind of build up my edge and work my way around, and then the speed will sort of pick up as we go. So I'm sort of coloring this area, any which way I want, as long as I can get it filled in, because then we're actually going to do a little bit of color shading by adjusting the pressure here in a minute. So let's get that outside, kind of pick up the speed, and we are good just like that. Now, there's a little bit of added shadow along here. It kind of pops up here, it comes around, and around the head. So everywhere inside of there, we're going to firm up the pressure. All right, and you can see once we firm up the pressure, we get a much more dark, full, rich, vibrant color, and it looks a little bit like a shadow around everything else, because you also have a light color inside of the space, which just suggests that maybe there's light shining down on that section, making it brighter. So maybe saying it's a shadow is not what it is at all. Maybe it's just that the color's getting lighter. It depends how you look at it. Changes your perspective on things. But that makes for a nice little touch there. So we're gonna do all the purple first. We're just gonna do a little hit in the corner, which is always something cool to grab your eye. All right, and then we're gonna lightly color in the pad right here. Okay, and then it's a little darker here along the edge, and then around the top portion. So kind of like a little lighter section in there. And then the bottom, we're gonna do the edges first. I love the bottom edge of my paper, or the side or the top, because you can just go off the paper onto the table and clean the table up later. All right, so what we're gonna do is a little slice of light kind of coming in the left side, and the right side is gonna be a little bit darker. So we can definitely tell where the light source is coming from. It's coming from over here. It's shining down in this direction, making the left side of things a little bit lighter. So that's it for the purple. And now we are going to switch to our final step, and that's the charcoal. We're going to put just a little bit under the eye right here. Take our finger and kind of smudge that. Okay, what I love about charcoal, we're gonna do along the edge of the face. And I'm trying to get a little bit more of the side of it. Okay, and then along the ear, and there we go, under the neck a little bit, and the shoulders. All right, I'm gonna start smudging that. Okay. And on the face, we definitely want to get that smudged in, and around the ear, inside the head. Now, over here, press firmer. That's another great thing about the charcoal. So it's going to be much, much darker on this side. And then we can take the darker side and kind of blend it across into the lighter side. Maybe a little hit of darkness near the ear. All right. Definitely darker along the neck. And on the right side, which we considered our darker side, and then a little bit lighter, kind of coming across the chest, and then working its way down there. So a little bit coming across, a little bit right here, smudging right here. And then we gotta do a little touch in the side of our arm where we have the kind of body overlap. All right, a little body overlap, touch in the side of the arm. And let's see, that is pretty much it for our super awesome Frieza drawing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I want to remind you to always practice what you're drawing and make multiples. Leave your suggestions in the comments, like, subscribe, and never stop drawing.